Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy and today I am sitting down before I get paid. My first pay period in March 2020. I am well past the first of the month. Today is the 8th. It's actually daylight saving time. We're springing forward today, so I'm up and at 'em, wanting to get my budget in because I do get paid on the 13th, and I've already dipped into a bill that I shouldn't have, but I am totally okay with it. Not worried about it at all. Gonna just make it up during this next pay period. So I thought we would sit together and put all the stickers down, have a little fun. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I am a single female with no animals and no children. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I work 30 hours a week currently, and I went to Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University in September of 2017, and I've been on my debt-free journey since then. It has slowed quite a bit, but it's okay. I am still tremendously grateful for everything I've done in my budgeting life thus far. I do have a playlist, I believe, here on my channel. If I don't, I will work on that this coming week because I'm off a lot of days this week. So anyway, this is an Erin Condren neutral monthly deluxe monthly planner. The exact terminology of this planner will be written in the description box below, along with a code that will give you a $10 off and give me $10 off on the Erin Condren website. It's a really cool little program. I'll put that in the description box. This is just my favorite thing to plan with. I have another planner that I'm kind of playing around with, and I can't get my groove in it just yet, but I'm still working on it. And once I get a groove, I will show. I've showed it to you before, but I've been working in it and I just can't get a full feel of it. But once I get a full feel, we'll review that one again. But this is just my favorite planner so far. I really like it because it has this monthly view. I get paid every 2 weeks, so that lets me know kind of what bill needs to come out on that pay period. This is strictly how my mind works. I have a hard time doing like the monthly thing. I'm more of a paycheck type of person. So anyway, I also am a decorative planner, which means I use unnecessary stickers and washi and all that kind of stuff they're playing with to budget with. You absolutely don't need. It just makes it a lot more fun and appealing, and it keeps me on task, and I like looking at my budget planner. So now that I've rambled for way too long, let's go ahead and get started. If you watched my last budget with me, I talked about how I had not really budgeted in so long. So I had to kind of go in. I haven't done a monthly view in so long. I had to kind of go in and lay all of these little Erin Condren flags and stickers down because honestly, I'm really discombobulated. I hadn't just sat down and planned this way in several months. You can watch that video that I did to see what kind of foolishness I was actually up to. But anyway, the first thing I usually like to do as I start putting the first rent and water sticker down, first thing I really like to do is find something to mark my paydays with. So I'm going to pull out these Elaine Michelle Studio flags here. And I'm kind of using more spring tones today because I'm hoping spring sprungs quickly. And I'm really kind of feeling like this little orangey color here. So I'm going to grab this. And this book is from Capital Chic Design at Michael's. Just gonna put in this little orangey colored flag so I'll know that is my payday. It is such a beautiful day this morning. I'm really happy it is. I went out yesterday. I didn't do like any volunteering where I actually like help with the cleanup efforts or anything like that yesterday, but I did get out and went to Target and bought a bunch of diapers and a bunch of feminine hygiene products. There are just so many things that are needed, and you know, my resources are limited. I just couldn't do anything though. I just felt so compelled to do something. And one of the things that I kept thinking about was I just can't imagine a mom right now worried about her child being able to, you know, just put diapers on her child. And also for any women or young girls that are displaced, I just can't imagine them worrying about their menstrual cycle. I know how horrible my menstrual cycle can be, and I just felt so overwhelmed just by that fact. So I did go out. If you've watched my other like what do I call them, stuff in my envelope videos, you would have seen that I told you guys about a $100 Visa gift card I got as points from my part-time job that I used to have. So I just took that $100 Visa gift card and I went down to Target, and as I was checking out, I was able to get probably a little over 300 diapers. I was able to get a bunch of like baby wipes. I got the fragrance-free sensitive skin ones. I did the same thing with the diapers. I made sure I got like the really cleanest diapers I could get, and I got the same thing with the feminine hygiene products. I got like the heavy flow ones because I was just thinking about myself and how I would feel in this situation, and so I wanted to show that grace to someone else. So I was able to get that yesterday, and I was standing in line, and this employee, a Target employee, walks up to me and he goes, are you donating any of this? And I was like, yeah, I'm donating all of it. And he said, okay. And he was like, here's a $10 gift card to help you out. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so nice, thank you. He said that another customer that morning had purchased some things and got a $10 gift card back. You know how when you go to Target, they'll say buy 4, get a $5 gift card and stuff like that. They always have little promotions like that going on. So the person had given him the $10 gift card, so I was able to put that on the total that I had, and I only ended up spending $11 out of my pocket. So I was able to get so much stuff, like bulk stuff, to take to a local restaurant that was collecting everything for people. And one of the reasons they were collecting everything for people was because in those affected areas you can hardly get through, so you may have to park several streets and several blocks over and walk several miles to get to the place where you can help with cleanup efforts. And some people are just having a hard time getting through. So, but that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to use this purple. I didn't want to use the purple, but I'm gonna have to use the purple. So they're having a hard time. Actually, I think I'm gonna use the yellow. Getting through. So to kind of help people out, they are collecting everything, and then they have a person that's going once a day over to the highly affected area, and they are dropping everything off. So I was able to yesterday, like I said, go to that restaurant and drop those things off. And the interesting thing about being at the restaurant at that time, the time I dropped off is usually pretty busy in there, but it was really hardly anybody in there yesterday. When I got there, there was only 2 customers, and like one of them was sitting down and one of them was in front of me checking out. And like I said, that restaurant typically is much busier than that at that time of day. So the news, they're talking a lot about East Nashville and downtown area in Putnam County. 16 people died in Putnam County, so of course they're giving that a lot of attention. But there are some other smaller parts of Nashville that were hit pretty hard that are not getting as much news coverage. In my opinion, an affected area is an affected area. So there are a couple of smaller parts of Nashville, like North Nashville was hit pretty hard, and it is a more, how can I put this? It is more of a, how can I want, how, it's, I guess I can just say it's the poorer part of town. It's the poorer part of town. There's a part of me that understands that Nashville really wants to get the, this is from Gold Mine and Cocoa, by the way. This is called a trunk collection. So this is what this is. And I just want to jazz up my spread just a little bit here. It's a poor part of town. So I feel like, you know, the tourist dollars typically don't go there. So maybe it's not getting exactly all the attention that it really needs. So there are a lot of efforts going on in that area yesterday. But there's also another part of town. There are 3 other smaller cities that got hit pretty hard. And it was Donaldson, Mount Juliet, and Hermitage. I live in one of those 3 parts of town. So yesterday I was able to get out and travel around that area and put a little, just a small amount, like legit $30 was all I spent yesterday, but it's what I could do yesterday to put money back into that part of town. So I'm hoping that I am physically feeling better this coming week and I can get out and do a little bit more. I really want to get out and do a little bit more. So even though I'm kind of budgeting, I'm telling you guys all this is because yesterday, like I said, I did spend a little bit of money that I typically wouldn't have spent. And it was just really something, like I said, I was completely compelled to do. So I'm happy that I did it. But more than likely, I'm going to get out again and do something that I typically never do. Like I am planning on going to get coffee every day next week out of the house. You guys know I always make my own coffee, but there are some local coffee shops that are doing things like they'll donate 10% of their proceeds for the day to the relief efforts. And there's also other restaurants who are letting other people come and sell things in their parking lots for the relief effort. And there's so many that are being like the drop-off spots like I was talking about. So I'm planning on eating out a little bit this week and just doing things like that. So that's why I'm telling you guys all of this in this budget video. Even though I'm budgeting, things are probably not going to stay exactly the way they are, and I'm okay with it. Most of my envelopes are pretty filled, so I'm going to be moving some stuff around. I am so incredibly blessed. I'm so incredibly grateful that I'm okay. I did spend about 2 hours sitting in my bathroom floor the early mornings that it happened. My sweet, beautiful coworker, even though I heard the sirens going off, and my patio chair was acting like it was having its own rave out there. And I thought to myself, that patio chair come through that door, I'm not going to be in here with it. So, and I looked at my couch. I was like, you on your own, sister. We might have to replace you. And then I just went and sat in the bathroom for 2 hours. I dozed off a couple times. And what I would do is I turned all the lights off in the house, but I kept my salt lamp on. So I would kind of crack the bathroom door. If my salt lamp was still flickering, I knew that it was not safe to come out. But when it was just like a steady glow, that's when I went ahead and came out of the bathroom and got back in the bed and went to sleep. Didn't really know how bad it was until my brother, it wasn't my brother because I'm used to him texting me, but not at 5:30 in the morning. But when my brother's mom texted me completely separate from him, I was like, what's happening? So that's when I got on Twitter and I was like, uh-oh. So anyway, I am just beyond blessed, and I'm so grateful that everything turned out okay. And I am alive and I'm well. My apartment is fine. My patio chair calmed down and all of that good stuff. So I'm just going in now on these Lexington Flare stickers that have what bill is due that day. And as you can see, I don't have any credit cards. I don't have a car note. I had all of those things when I started Dave Ramsey, but I don't have them anymore because I followed the plan and was able to get those things paid off. So I really just have the necessities. This is my last debt in my baby step number 2. I do have internet, and I messed up last month and I paid it late, so I have a late fee. And there's a lot of stuff going on with my internet account that I'm not sure about, so I'm gonna take some time on Monday and go to, if I can find an Xfinity store here in the area, I'm gonna go to one of the stores and just talk to them and see what's going on, because I don't know, things just don't feel right. So over here, I'm going to put myself a little note. Like I said, because of the coronavirus, my sweet little niece trip to Africa was canceled. So I'm not sure if she's not going to Africa. So I'm not sure if I'm going to Memphis or not. Part of me feels like I really want to stay in my city and do what I can here. And then the other part of me feels like I need to go to Memphis so my family can see my face to see that I'm okay. Nashville is pretty hard to get in and out of right now. The interstate is always backed up on a normal day, but now lately it's just been on 1,000. So anyway, all of that kind of uncertainty is going on, like I said, for the month of March. But this is what it all looks like. My rent and my water has already been paid for the month of March. If you've seen any of my other budget videos, you know that I always have my rent before the month begins. I'll show you how I do that in just a moment. And so this is everything else. Put a little decor in it. I'm loving these trunk pieces by Gold Mine & Cocoa. I love so much how this turned out. I'm very, very pleased with it. So this is just my monthly view, and these are the days that all these bills are due on. So I know that I get paid on the 13th, so all the bills that fall from this payday to the next payday are what needs to come out on that first pay period. And then what comes out on that next needs to fall in the next 2 weeks, come out on the next pay period. And so that's how I do it. And then this is how it turns out. So we get paid on the 13th and 27th. I have an idea how much my paychecks are. They're usually pretty much the same. I don't share my income because I don't want to freak you guys out. It's that small. I may share my income when I start. Well, I may not. That part just ain't none of your business. But anyway, I don't like to share my income, but I don't mind sharing my outgoing. So my rent is $922. I split it in half. And I'm just making sure you guys in frame. So I split it in half out of each pay period. That way it doesn't consume an entire or close to an entire paycheck. So $461. That way, when the 5th of April comes, my entire rent is already in my account. I have no worries. I have it set up automatically through my leasing office, where on the 5th of each month, they pull out my rent and my water. I don't split my water because it's typically about $40. So the month of March, my water was $44.14, but I always budget $50 just in case it's more or less. So out of this first pay period, I need to pay my renter's insurance. Now, NES is the money that I took from yesterday when I was out and about. My entire NES bill is 100. I know what it is. I don't know why I ain't write it down. NES is $112.88. Okay, so my NES bill is $112.88. I had the entire amount, but I spent a little bit of money. Like I spent about $30 yesterday, and I'm going to spend a little bit more money today out of it. So I need to pay $42.88 out of this pay period that's coming up on the 13th. My car insurance is $86.36. My car insurance also has my, you know, like your roadside assistance, and I also have like discount program. Like I can like get discounted hotels and stuff like that. Oh, you guys, I have one more bill that's due. I'm just gonna write the word insurance here, because I have an annual membership that I need to pay, and I honestly don't remember how much it is, so I'll write it down. I'm glad I remembered that. And then that's something that's just annually, so I forget legit every year, which is terrible since I have a planner to budget. But anyway, then I have my car, and here is like gas, oil change, car washes. Like I said, I don't have a car payment, so any little repairs. My gas is typically runs me about $40 every 2.5 weeks. So lately it's been a little bit less because I don't have the second job, so I'd have a nice surplus in my envelope, which means I can now take my car to get it detailed. And then for groceries, I'm going to spend $100 because I am trying to build up my pantry. Then for house supplies, I get these typically from Pure Home. Like my laundry detergent and my cleaning I get from Pure Home. I know they are working on a dishwashing detergent, so when that happens, I'll be testing that out and see if I like it. Right now I'm really stuck on the one from Trader Joe's, so I'll have to run to Trader Joe's on lunch sometime to pick up some dishwasher detergent. So that's kind of what house supplies is, plus it's toilet paper as well. Then I get a pedicure once a month, and it's $30, but I have a repair on one of my toes that they do for me, and then I like to tip the young lady. My haircut is $20, but I like to give him a $2 tip. I am trying to let my hair grow out, so I'm not getting it cut as often, but I'm trying to just break it down to once a month, so that's why we have that there. Now, I may go to Memphis. If I do go to Memphis, then I'll just spend the surplus I have from my paycheck in Memphis, which I don't have to pay for rooming, like housing. I'm going to stay with my sister-in-law, but I will have to buy some groceries because I'm supposed to be there for 5 days, and I will need gas. I do have a gas card with some money on it, but I may run around, like go see my sister or something like that. And I'm definitely going to see the chocolate babies, so I may run around the city just a little bit more, so I'll have a little money for that. And if I don't go to Memphis, I'm gonna buy myself a handbag because I desperately need one. And then a brand sent me a coupon for one. It was not like buy our handbag and review it. It was just like, hey, you're a vegan, we have some luxury handbags, here's a coupon. So it was like that. So it's not like a deal, like a sponsorship or anything like that, but I've been drooling over their handbags for quite some time now, so I would love to get myself one, and the coupon was like the best one they've ever sent me. So this time I was like, hey, how are these sourced ethically? So I had a little conversation with her this time, so I'm really wanting to get one. And so then on the 27th, I need to do my water, I have to do my NES, Comcast, like I said, or a late fee, and I'm gonna go talk to Comcast and see what we can do. Comcast is Xfinity, I don't know why I call it Comcast. Anyway, also my cell phone bill is always the same, $60.74. I have Amazon Prime because I love it, and I watch Amazon Prime. I order things from Amazon. I don't have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, anything like that. So I love my Amazon Prime. And then I have my other medical bill that's $10. Again, $50 for my car, $50 for groceries, and personal hygiene is $35. Last time someone made a comment about personal hygiene being $30, and they suggested that I use reusable feminine hygiene product. I do use reusable feminine hygiene products. My personal hygiene includes body wash, lotion, scrubs, nail polish remover, and things like that. So that is why it's $35. So is that the most I've ever talked through a budget? Holy smokes, that have made me tired. I got to either have some coffee, go get some coffee, or take a nap. That just wore me out, y'all. I think I'm gonna go get some coffee though. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to all that. Did y'all mute it, or did y'all actually listen to what I said? I'm tired myself. Okay, love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Bye, beautiful.